Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Smequle, and in today's video, we are going to be finding out if Markelle Fultz can bring a championship to the Philadelphia 76ers. So as you guys already know, the NBA draft was a few days ago, and there's a few trades that came as well. So we're going to be finding out with the first overall pick, the 76ers got Markelle Fultz, if this first overall pick will actually help them get to the championship and maybe even win it. So that's what we're going to be finding out today. Yesterday we did the same thing but with Lonzo Ball. So we're going to find out if Markelle can do it. If you haven't seen the Lonzo Ball video yet though, definitely go check that out. It was my last uploaded video. And let's just hop right into this video. And if you do go on to enjoy it, smash that like button. Let's try to hit another 500 likes on today's video. Anyways, we're gonna start this off. I'm just gonna simulate the first season, see what happens, if it's how good the team does, maybe if there's any trades. So Markelle has a 3-year contract obviously, so we're gonna do at least 3 years, see if the Philadelphia 76ers will re-sign him if he does good enough. If not, we'll just end it there and 76ers won't end up winning. And we also get to see Ben Simmons play this year as well, and then Joel Embiid is also back. So 3 players that haven't really played a full season. Well, Ben Simmons hasn't played. Joel Embiid got injured last year and he missed his full first year. So we're going to find that all out, but we are going to hop into the first season and I'll see you guys in the playoffs. Okay, so at the end of the first simulation, the 76ers ended up going 45-37, 4th seed in the playoffs. Lonzo Ball got that Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook gets MVP. Tyreke Evans, 6th man. Hassan Whiteside, defensive player. Doesn't really concern any of us because we didn't get any of the awards. Let's see if anybody made any of the All-NBA teams. 76ers on here at all. No, it is not looking like the 76ers made any of the All-NBA teams. All defensive, nope. But we have 3 people on the All-Rookie team. I guess Joel Embiid was still a rookie. I don't know why he was, though. He's actually injured, though. And Markelle Fultz is injured as well. So we don't get to see how they do in the playoffs. Markelle Fultz getting injured in his first year. Lonzo Ball was injured, too. So we just have Ben Simmons on the team right now. I'm going to check how long their injuries are for, because hopefully they're not at the full playoffs. So Markelle Fultz is out for the rest of the season, and Joel Embiid is out for probably the rest of the playoffs, I think 6 to 8 weeks. But we're going to simulate anyway, see if we can move on from the first round here up against the New York Knicks. It's looking good, and we do move on. The 76ers move on despite not having, I guess, their 2 best players on the team. Let's second round, the 76ers end up getting defeated by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're going to go right into the next season. I think the Warriors should take that. Warriors end up winning that championship. We're going to go into the next season. Hopefully nobody gets injured next season. We're not going to have a good draft pick because they did make the playoffs. But hopefully nobody gets injured again. And we'll see if the 76ers can win next year. Okay, so we're at the start of the second season. Joel Embiid is up to an 88 overall. Markelle Fultz is an 84, and Ben Simmons is an 82, as well as Dario Saric is over an 80 as well. So we have 4 people over an 80 overall. Hopefully we can get maybe Joel Embiid up to a 90. Markelle Fultz pretty close to a 90. That would be nice. And then maybe a few other players could get up to an 80. I mean, everybody's been going up in overalls except for Jahlil Okafor. Still the backup center, I believe, though. But we're going to simulate another season and see how they do in the playoffs. We are in the playoffs for the second season with Markelle Fultz on the team. They did a bit better this year, 48-34 record. I believe they got 47 wins last year, or 45. Russell Westbrook gets MVP. Michael Porter Jr. gets Rookie of the Year. That's usually what happens. He went to the Heat. De'Aaron Fox gets 6th man. He's actually on the Cavaliers, so he's a backup point guard for them. Nerlens Noel with the defensive player. Tyler Zeller with the most improved. And then Lucas Green of the Rockets for the Coach of the Year, 57-25. So the 76ers ended up getting the 3rd seed, I believe. So he didn't make any of the teams with the 76ers. I might have missed something there. But we're in the playoffs now. We are the third seed, third in the conference, so really good this year for the 76ers. Let's see if they can end up beating the Celtics, though. It's looking okay. They get eliminated in the first round. And who do the Celtics have? They have Isaiah Thomas, Jason Tatum, he's doing really good, and Al Horford, Jay Crowder. So they have a really solid squad as well. They also picked up Serge Ibaka too. So the Celtics have a really good team. And the 76ers, Ben Simmons was actually injured this year in the playoffs. There's always an injury for the 76ers. Joel Embiid's an 88. Markelle Fultz went up to an 85. We're going to simulate into the half season. Hopefully their overalls could go up a bit more and then see how they do in the next season. They've made the playoffs every year but have yet to win it, which is the goal here. They want to win a championship, and I think the farthest is the second round so far for them. The Houston Rockets end up winning the championship. I think that was against Cleveland, and James Harden gets MVP. But we're going to move on into the next season and see if they can do any better. Alright, we are into the third season now. Joel Embiid is up to an 89 overall. Markelle Fultz is an 87. Ben Simmons is an 83. And Dario Saric is an 80. So we still have the four main players over an 80 overall. Two are getting close to that 90, and then Ben Simmons is kind of in the middle there. But we're going to simulate another season, see if they can win. This is the third season, so we might do two after these as long as they don't trade away Markelle Fultz. Re-signed Joel Embiid for 4 years, so see how that ends up turning out if they're going to end up re-signing some of these players, Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz. But let's see what happens. Alright, end of the third season. The 76ers go 42-40, down from last year. Barely made the playoffs this time. They're the 8th seed. Russell Westbrook with the MVP yet again. Shane Wheeler with Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Evans. I don't think there's anybody on our team in any of this. So we're just going to go right into the All-NBA teams. And it's not looking like... Okay, we got Markelle Fultz on the All-NBA second team. But he's injured yet again. Every season, somebody gets injured on the 76ers. Joel Embiid made the all-defensive second team. He is finally up to a 90 overall. Let's check out the roster. He's a 90 overall. Markelle Fultz is out for 1 to 2 weeks, so if they get past the first round, they should be good. He should be playing again, and hopefully they do that. Their team's pretty good. They're the 8th or 7th seed. Okay, they went up to the 7th seed against the Charlotte Hornets. Can they beat them? It is 1-2. It's going to be close, and the 76ers end up losing to, and Markelle Fultz was back anyways. Still not able to do it when he was back. Let's see if he actually played in the final game. He did play in the final game. Despite him playing, they weren't able to win and go on to the second round. So we got to go into the offseason, see what the 76ers end up doing with Markelle Fultz, because it hasn't been working out too well so far. They've only made it past the first round once. The Minnesota Timberwolves ended up winning the finals. Jimmy Butler with the finals MVP. They got that solid squad with Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler. All really good players. But we're going to simulate into the next season and see what will happen next year if the 76ers can finally win it with Markelle Fultz, or if they decide to trade him away and go in a different route. Okay, so start of the fourth season, they decided to re-sign Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons for 1-year contracts. This might be the last year, but we got Joel Embiid at an 89 overall, Markelle Fultz at 87, Ben Simmons 84, kind of the same as last year. I think this is how it started out. So let's see how they will start this season. They can get an even better seed and maybe end up winning the championship. If not, we're going to do one more season, 5 seasons of simulation, the same we did with Lonzo Ball in yesterday's video. And if you can't do it there, then we are just going to end the video there. Anyways, let's see how they do this season, starting off really good so far. Alright, end of the fourth season, 46-36 for the 76ers, seeing if there's anybody on their team that won any awards, and no, there's not. Warriors end up going 58-24. See if there's anybody on the All-NBA teams, and it skipped them all. Nobody on any of them, actually. No 76ers on the first 3 teams. Defensive team, nobody made it either. So we're going to go right in the playoffs. Let's check out the roster. Joel Embiid is injured again this time. Literally every time there's somebody injured on the 76ers. And that's pretty much the reason they haven't been winning. But they're the 4th seed up against the Celtics. Let's see if they can beat the Celtics, move on to the second round. And they do, finally, for once. They move on to the second round. Joel Embiid is back. They got Markelle Fultz at an 88 and Ben Simmons at an 85. This might be their year. They're up against the Cavaliers, who are the 8th seed. They started off 2-0, and then they blew their lead and end up losing 4-2 to the Cavaliers, who still have LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie. They just weren't playing super good. And Yogi Ferrell is up to 78. He did really good that game. And we're going to do one more season, see if Markelle Fultz is still on the team. He hasn't been able to lead them to a championship yet. They made it to the second round twice, first round twice, and now we're going to the 5th season, seeing if they can finally. We are in the final season for the 76ers to win until we end this video. Joel Embiid's an 89 overall. Markelle Fultz is an 88, and Ben Simmons is an 87, so this is their best team so far. They also have Colin Sexton, who is an 80 overall, so another backup point guard, possibly play him at shooting guard or something. I think he got drafted a few years ago. They probably traded for him. And then we also have Dario Saric at an 80 overall, so a pretty solid team for them here, a pretty solid starting lineup. They just don't have that shooting guard position. They got Brooke Moore, he's a 79. They have 2 79s. Okay, so they're decent. I mean, this is a pretty good year for them to win. Let's see how it ends up going, though. We're going to start off this season, and hopefully they could get a better seed, maybe get a top seed, and end up winning the playoffs this year. I think it's their best team so far, though, and their best chance. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the playoffs yet again. Alright, we are at the end of our final season to try to win here. Nick Johnson gets the MVP. He always gets it. He always ends up doing really good. Lionel Macklin, Rookie of the Year, though De'Aaron Fox, 6th man. He's still on the Cavaliers. Nick Johnson gets Defense Player of the Year as well. Nobody on our teams to make the... Okay, why does it switch like that? Any of the NBA teams? No, they didn't get any awards. None of the All-NBA teams for the 76ers. And all defensive teams, nope. Nobody on those. So we're just going to simulate right into the playoffs and see how they end up doing. Alright, so Joel Embiid's an 88 overall. Same with Markelle Fultz. Ben Simmons is up to an 87. So they have a big 3 here. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players over an 80 overall. So they should do pretty good here. They are the 3rd seed up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They always get a bad seed now for some reason, even though they're still a really good team. And it's a sweep by the Cavaliers. 76ers kind of got unlucky there. The Cavaliers always do really bad during the regular season and really good during the playoffs. End up losing there. So the 76ers were not able to win a championship with Markelle Fultz in the first 5 years. The furthest they made it was the second round. Their players ended up doing really good. Maybe in a few years they would be able to win some of these lower players if they're able to keep some of their best players. They got Markelle Fultz on 4 more years. But anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like again and comment down below if you think the 76ers will be able to win a championship with this roster. Joel Embiid, Markelle Fultz, and Ben Simmons. Maybe some other players will do a bit better, like Dario Saric. Leave a comment down below how you think they'll do, how many years it'll take them to win a championship, if you think they will. Anyways, guys, this has been your boy Smequle, and I will see you next time. Peace.